Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. I think we can get another. I'm having issues with my phone. I don't know why. I mean, Fanyele Kitu. So let's.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Osama, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you, Mila.
So
Proceed.
mine is not. Guys have said all the things that guys would have to say. Mine is Mr. President. Probably, I think I should address you as Baba Sharlin. Probably you will get where I'm coming from.
Can I have your name if you don't mind? Do you mind saying your name? But if you don't want, it's okay.
My name is Mila.
Mila. Okay, Mila.
So on the eve of the guys who are protesting to the parliament, I'm a photographer and that's what I do. And the guy who was shot, he was shot right in front of me. And it's something that has been living with me in my head since that day. And it really pisses me off. Like, I'm really pissed off. Like, the day you address the nation on that Tuesday, no one was remorseful. Like there was no, like, it's like, I don't know, it's just like life doesn't matter to you guys in the government. Okay, I'll give you that. Later you came and apologized, but still, people in your government walk to TV stations. It's like life don't matter. And that thing, it has been disturbing me because I saw the boy being killed. Even if you go back, you can go check Larry Madowo videos. He traced how the boy was. He was carrying nothing. Like literally, he was carrying nothing. I know you've spoken about this over and over, but my question is, and it's not even a question, mine is probably just go back and reflect. You are a father, you are a granddad. How would someone feel when the child is dead? I bet from where I stand, none of your government officials have even visited the families or reached out to the families from where I stand. Probably you guys just go back and reflect. Do we really matter as people who elected you? Like where do we stand? Where do we stand as young youths? Like the guy called Rex. He was a guy basically. He was a guy who was born in 2002. Now he's dead. How does the mother feel? And some of your officials work in TV stations, go on social media, and they're like, wanajipiga kifua, mtu anajipiga, and that someone was fucking, someone died. It's painful, Mr. President. And I'm talking this because I saw the boy dead. I even have the videos when the boy was shot. All I'm asking is let's have empathy. Someone just reaching out, huh? And to the families. That's all I'm saying. Guys, go back and reflect and just have empathy. And then this thing of guys kujipiga kifua, it doesn't make sense. Someone like Nyamu, like why is he even there? That's all I have to say.
Kuongea manze. Sijui kama mtanipenda. Ndio ni mvibaya sana.
Yeah, speak.
So kitu ya kwanza mi sijui kizungu.
Unasikia? Hello?
Sorry, we lost you, my friend. Tulikupoteza hapo kidogo, hatukusikia. Sorry.
Can I speak?
Sorry, good people. I don't know whether are we still online. I don't know whether are we there.
Yes, we are online.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can we go on?
I'm sorry, I can't hear. I can't
Yes.
hear anything. I don't know whether are we on.
Yes.
Yes, we are on your
I think
end.
there's nobody asking question. Perhaps I ask as we get out on the board. Maybe I'm talking too much or asking too much. Forgive me for that, but nobody's speaking. Another question is not another question that I've seen people saying or asking you rather to don't reshuffle the cabinets or the CS, moving from the one ministry to the other. You've seen that one before. What you're seeing is just transferring competence in one field to another department or another ministry. Please get new faces. You have a lot of people around you. You have a brains behind you. When I was growing up, when I was young, in the time of Kibaki, I used to associate being a minister with some smart people, and you are one of those people in your spot back then. Suddenly, this day, you have people. The best they can deliver is just abuses and too much, too mouthy. Can you just bring us new people that are going to work? As recent as yesterday or 2 days ago, one of your peers came out to tell us that the money we've been contributing for the injured and those we lost in this struggle was waived by Kenyatta National Hospital and other public hospitals. She came late. The person that was in charge has been doing an excellent job. Hanifa keeps everything better than the government. Every detail of spend, telling us ABC has done by her. For that give us transparency, not these other people that just keep saying.
Okay, let me. Mila made a very passionate and I think correct analysis of what happened, especially of Kennedy, who died in Rongai, and I believe that he is right. You know that's really a very regrettable situation, and I apologize on behalf of every official who should have done something about that situation. I have explained that the boy who died in Rongai was actually shot by one of the criminals who actually snatched the gun from the police. That criminal was, however, shot by the police because if the police did not shoot him, then he would have caused more deaths of more Kenyans because these are reckless people. Sometimes some of those people are not even in their correct level of senses, and therefore it is regrettable. And I agree with you. It is really unfortunate that you watched an incident that's going possibly to affect your life for a long time. Sorry about that. And I know you have made reference to me as a father, which is true. I have 4 Gen Zs in my home, and I promise you, they take me to task, on some of these things, and I have to do a lot of explaining some of the time. And this is just the same way I'm explaining to you guys here. I agree that some of our officials are arrogant. Some of them, speak out of turn, and some of them display, obnoxious opulence, if I may say that, which does not just anger the public. Sometimes I call in some of those people, and I give them a piece of my mind, because even Nyamu, I have had occasion to sit her down, and tell her, I mean, she needs to change what she's doing. And when you are in my position, you are also a father figure. Some of these young people, they get excited about many things, and sometimes they do the wrong things. And I want to tell you that I know somebody here mentioned Karen Nyamu. Karen Nyamu is a girl I've had to sit her down sometimes and tell her, look, she needs to do things differently. So I agree with you that but I have also undertaken, I have said, I know what is cutting. I know what's going on. And I have promised that I will be making changes. I know you have said that I should not make changes. I should clean the slate clean. But you see, you don't have the job I have. And there are many things that I have to do to be able to get things done. And it's quite something. But I have had you, and I have had the many Kenyans who have talked on this platform, and I'm very happy that we are having this conversation on X. So let me. I don't know, because I had promised that I'll be here up to 5. I think it is now 5:15. And I have another assignment with our Olympics team that are coming to you. I have a bunch of wonderful Kenyans who are going to represent us in Paris. They are sitting somewhere outside my office. And with a lot of respect, I want to say to all the people who have asked me the very important questions, very
Mr.
difficult
President,
questions.
I have a final remark before you go. Is Kioti speaking here?
Okay.
Okay, Mr. President, before you continue, I'm Marvin Mabonga. I come from Kimilili constituency in Bungoma County. So, Mr. President, before you go, I want to let you know that in your cabinet, currently we are having so many incompetent cabinet secretaries. For instance, let me give you an example of your friend, Kipchumba Murkomen. Kipchumba Murkomen did law. He has never been in any law firm in this country. He has never won any case. But currently, he's heading the Ministry for Road and Transport. My question is, between, like, where is the conjunction between the Ministry of Transport and a lawyer? In that department, you should be putting there a person who has done even civil engineering, who knows so much about construction. Lastly, the Minister for Agriculture, that person, he even doesn't have a bachelor's. We all know this information. We have the government's website and we Google, we see this information. So, Mr. President, if you are going to give us those people who are incompetent,
we need to make sure
then we are totally doomed. You know, when we elected you as the president, normally they say, you sent a thief to catch a thief. But this time round, when we elected you, Mr. President, that you can help us now catch those people who are corrupt in this nation, you're just there laughing with them. Look at Oscar Sudi. He's flaunting with 20 million in a bag in a public forum. I'm even told that there is one of the cabinet minister who was caught in Dubai with 20 million cash, and you actually came through him, so he wasn't taken to a court somewhere or arrested. You know that, Mr. President. Personally, where I sit, I want to pay my rent by 10th. But because I finished campus, I don't have any job anywhere. I'm just here in the city seated. I will not be able to pay that rent because you promised to give us the jobs. But when we elected you, you are now telling us that in the next 1 year, we are not going to employ the youth. Mr. President, do you think that one is not a lie? Lastly, the other day you said, when you were questioned about the boy who was shot, you didn't know whether he was alive or dead. But now you know that the person who shot that boy is not the police officer. Mr. President, do you think that is a reality? That one is not a reality. I'm very angered person because every time we get to those public offices, we are treated like trash. And that's why the other day I was even on the forefront. You can watch the videos. I was on the forefront in those protests to demand for my right. And now here, Mr. President, you are just taking us through the corners. You are not even going straight to the point. Kindly go straight to the point. When you are asked about the person who is corrupt, you say, this person is corrupt, he has been working with millions of money. Tell us, Omanga bought 60 with 50 million a vehicle which is flaunting now on social media. Apart from that, tell us that this fertilizer was fake, even as much as it was dropped from 7,000 to 2,000, it is full of soil. So why are we playing games with the public money, with the money that our mothers and fathers are going through sweat to get it, Mr. President? Wherever we are not happy. And of course, if these things are going to happen this way, then come 2027, we are going to come out in large numbers, Mr. President. We'll take votes and we'll take those people home, including you. If at all you're not going to fight for our own rights as your people in this nation. Thank you so much. I'm very angered, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Thank you, my friend Martin. I understand your anger, and you are perfectly in order to be angry because the situation where you're out of university without a job is something that I have lived through myself. In fact, when I finished university, I did not get a job until I was elected as a member of parliament. But that's not for another day. But let me tell Martin that next week, for example, as part of our housing program, just hold on. As part of our housing program, we will be hiring 3,600 professionals like yourself. I want to challenge you, Martin. There will be an advertisement next week for engineers, architects, quantity surveyors, and many in the construction field, because we are looking for people who are going to work with our professional firms in our housing program. Let me also tell you, Martin, that we need to separate the issues that are correct and the issues that are fake news. The issue of some minister being found in Dubai, I don't know, last week, with $200 million or something, is fake news. That is not true. On matters to do with people you have mentioned were in different areas, today, I am here as a scientist, right? And many other people are doing many things from fields they did not necessarily train in. Because at a certain level, it is a management issue. It is a leadership issue. It is an issue about leading an organization. So I have heard you on some of the incompetent people you have said, some of the corrupt people you have said. I have listened to you. But let me say this to the public. Of the fertilizer that we supply to the Kenyan public, almost 6 million bags, 20,000 bags were the ones with a challenge. We isolated the 20,000 bags. It is not even 1% of the fertilizer that we supplied to the Kenyan public. I do not want an impression to be created as though the fertilizer we supply to the people of Kenya in millions had any challenge. And when we detected a problem with the 20,000, we not only recalled the ones that had not been sold, but we made sure that
our name is on Google Map.
I made sure that any farmer who had used fertilizer that was not correct was compensated. They were given an extra bag of fertilizer for them so that they don't end up in losses. I have heard you, Martin, as I have heard all the good people here. But let me say this in closing. This feedback
Una
is very.
close bado mi sijaongea
And
usiclose
please,
bado bado
can I
mi sijaongea.
also have an opportunity to speak, Mr. President, before you finish?
Acha kwanza niongee we
If you
Janet.
can be,
Kitu ya kwanza
if you can be
nilikuwa nataka
brief, if
kusema,
you can be brief, so that
Yes.
yeah, I am brief. I am talking in Kiswahili ndio uelewe haraka haraka.
ndio.
Kitu ya kwanza
Order, guys.
Is anyone speaking, or can I speak? Osama?
You can speak. You can speak.
Okay. First of all, good evening, Mr. President and
Good
everyone
evening.
here.
Good evening, my dear.
Okay. So my name is Jeanette Brenda, and I don't have any questions because I feel like the people have asked questions before, umewapeleka around and
Okay, sorry. Sorry, Jeanette, I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Unmute Jeanette. Maybe we'll get one more, then the president closes. There was one more person who really wanted to speak. Now, if I may, you go ahead, please.
Yeah, so good evening, and thank you, Mr. President, for agreeing to come to address the nation here on space. So I have two questions I'm going to ask really quick because of time. The first question is that, Mr. President, the rules of carbon credit were being developed by the Ministry of Environment, but as youth
Okay, guys. Sorry, I think the whole system came down somehow. My technical team here could not put it together. But let me say this by way of closing. I'm sorry that Jeanette Brenda was having a conversation with me about carbon credit. I want to tell her that I have since signed the law on carbon credit. In fact, Parliament was working on the regulations. It is a space that's going to give us additional resources and improve our whole space about carbon markets and about carbon credit and what else we need to do. Let me conclude this by saying the following. I am immensely grateful for the feedback, immense feedback I have got on X. In fact, I think I took a long time before coming to X. I think I should be more often in this X space to engage with you guys and to deal with situation there. Let me, however, commit that my administration has always believed in listening, in engaging, and that is why I go around the country to engage people. I rarely sit in the office. I go to different places to engage with the people of Kenya. Let me, however, say I have, listening to the feedback today on X, I think I have gone home with, I need to listen more. I need more empathy, and my administration needs more empathy. And I have heard you say loudly, more action. And therefore, this is very rich and wealthy feedback coming from you guys. I want to thank you very much for the feedback that I have got from you and for the engagement we've had this afternoon. It was a great moment of Kenyans engaging openly, robustly, and without a no holds barred engagement. Thank you very much for engaging with me this today, Friday. I look forward to another engagement. My very, very best wishes to all of you. And I look forward to working with you going into the future. Asanteni sana. And allow me to pray as we wind up. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this engagement, great engagement with the people of Kenya from different parts of our country and from different parts of the world. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the feedback that we have got from these great Kenyans on the issues that affect our country, the employment issues, the tax issues, the debt issues, the issues around our health care, and many other issues. Help us, Heavenly Father, to empathize more with those of us in situations that require empathy, those who have lost their loved ones, those who are working in different situations. I pray for the peace of Kenya. I pray that we shall respect one another, we shall respect our constitution, and all of us shall work together towards a much more peaceful, a much more united, and a much more prosperous Kenya. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Thank you very much, guys. God bless you. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
20,000 views.
Afrocentric. Hey, yani nilikuwa naongea, I was talking, and all of a sudden I find myself outside the space. Guys, listen, Kwanza, please, Kwanza, everybody that's here, we are so many of us, we are all here. Keep that hashtag going. Hapo kwenye comment section, mimi sioni hiyo hashtag ikienda. Nataka ikuwe 5,000. Tuko kwa mpambano. Next door, you know what is going on, what is happening. So you guys are here. You're here for a reason. You're here because you genuinely care. You're here because your voices matter. You're here because you're not falling for the sideshows. Tumeelewana ama tujaelewana? Let that hashtag trend right in front of their faces. That's number one. Number two, let's not tusijishughulishe na hizi side shows. Mi nimekuambia the same people that are on same group walikuwa kiambia wakidirect watu, oh, let's have a RUTO constitute the IEBC. Mi nimeingia huko na nikaongea na nikasema yangu ya ukweli, and I don't care. I did, and I said it. And after a few minutes, watu walidropiwa kama wenda wazimu, because people started changing their mind. People saw the truth that I said, and I did not tell them we should do this or we should do that. Afro and everybody else who's here know me. I said, this is my opinion. This is what I think. I think these Gen Zs are smart people. Kenyans are smart people. So who am I to come and say we should do this, we should go there, we should... No. That's bullshit, okay? The only thing is, like, be safe while you're out there, regroup, yes. Beba handkerchief, beba maji, yada, yada, that we can say. A whole space 2 days ago was opened to tell people, oh, we need to strategize. Way forward is to have IBC ifunguliwe. IBC ifunguliwe na nani? Unaambia mtu afanye mtihani alafu ajimakie mtihani yake. Sintajipatia Please, guys, I need 2,000 comments, 3,000 comments on that comment section. Zakayo ashuke. Shaitani ashindwe. Bye, guys. I'll come back at
Asante Hannah. Yes, I've just posted. Let's all retweet. Let's follow each other. Follow Hannah. Hannah, I'm sure you've posted. Let's retweet and retweet each other. One of the reasons why these guys think they can betray is because they have followers. Let's unfollow them. Let's follow each other. Let's make each other's Nini trend. We are now 9,605 people here in this space. Guys, it's amazing. Eh? Now, Kowino, let me just take the Nini, the mic. Niseme vile nilikuwa nataka kusema. In a war, guys, and this I'm going to address to the Gen Zs, because sababu wazee wanajua hizi tactics. Me, I'm a Gen X. Wakati muko kwa vita, when you're running out of bullets, the strategy is keep firing. RUTO is running out of bullets. That's why he's continuing to fire. He will go after your leaders. He will send these messages that Hannah was saying. Hannah, I was in the same space with you, Jana. It was so demoralizing listening to people talking about atisijui reconstitute IBC. Who are your leaders? Kina Andrew Kibe, wanajaribu, they're pulling down any Gen Z. By the way, I would advise Gen Zs, musiingia kwa hizi spaces hao wazee, watawa confused bure. They are really, really interested in creating leaders, and that is what they are trying to do. So avoid their spaces, stick with each other, keep the Ninis going. I wish we have more people telling us who the injured and the dead in Githurai are, because we need to push these names out and to honor our heroes. Guys, this is a war. Our Gen Zs have shown us the way. They are ready to die. They have gone and put their lives on the line. I gave an example of the ruler of the Ottoman Empire, the guy who started the Ottoman Empire. His name was Osman. His father's name was Ertugrul. Ertugrul aliambia watu wake, if you're going to come with me, dig your grave. Dig your grave. Our kids have dug their graves. They are so desperate that they have dug their graves. They are going out ready. Guys are wearing gunia zimeandikwa, mama, if I die in this struggle, at least I tried. We cannot back down. Now we cannot let them down. Okay, so let us remember that the enemy is one. It is RUTO. Don't be confused by atisijui start with the legs. All these people who are saying these things, what nini kununuliwa wamenunuliwa. And by the way, the struggle is real. Poverty is not a joke. We are going to lose people along the way. Don't expect it to be easy. If you expect it to be easy, then 100% you're not fully invested. Hujasikia uchungu wa kutosha. The guys in the diaspora, thank you so much for supporting. Mimi nilikuwa diaspora. I worked in the Middle East for 16 years. I came back because my dad was unwell. I have now seen the inside. When you're outside, it's sometimes difficult. Guys sometimes think that diaspora doesn't care. Diaspora cares a lot. You're being cheated at watu wako diaspora. It is a divide and rule thing. The diasporans are actually more scared of losing Kenya than we are, because hao wanajua how hard it is to be accepted in a foreign country. You're never accepted. You never feel at home. You always want to protect your motherland. So let us protect this motherland. We love it. We care for it. Tukianza kubebwa diaspora, mjue ni nyinyi mtakuwa mna open spaces. Okay, mkiona Chege amepotea kwa sababu Chege is very vocal, hata amejulikana huku kwa space, muchukue usukani. If I die, don't worry, bury me, but say my name and continue, soldier on. Hakuna, there is no going back. We are saving this country from the oligarchs. They know what to do. They have not done it. Hata saa hii ame apologize kwa nini kabla ingia space, kwa sababu alijua ile moto iko. So keep pushing. He should fire all that, all those cabinet ministers, all those corrupt government officials. No turning back. Thank you guys. I yield the mic. Kowino.
Thank you Chege. Umesema ukikufa, like I said bana, tukikufa bana mtu celebrate, msianze kulialia mpaka mnasahau the cause bana, ni kupigania taifa, si kutulia wenye tumekufa. But anyway, we go on. Requests naona huku ni mbili tu. Wanyama, unaona request huko chini? Because nasikia watu wanasema wako kwa request wengi and kama
yeah. Let me bring people to the mic.
So
Can I speak?
Bring people to the mic. Hannah, let me give 6, then Miss Gishu, then I'll go back to you. 6.
Koino. Yes, Koino.
Your 3 minutes starts now. I'm good. We are not good.
I want to tell Chege one thing. In a war, you don't fight the general. You fight his subjects, but you weaken the general by defeating his subjects. So if you go by when you are going to fight the general himself, you'll not succeed. So you can't fight Ruto head on, but you can paralyze him. There's one thing Ruto said today is that the IBC will be, the process will start on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. That is next week, which will be on 9th. That is when he said the IBC will be, it's a law and he has been following the law. So as I said, we wait till Tuesday. If Tuesday we don't get it, we now go back to those streets. But I'll tell you guys one thing, we've won this war. We've really won this war, because how have we won? Everything we were addressing is now coming to pass. We've humbled the general and brought him to his feet and listening to our demands. The only thing that man has been arrogant is about his friends, because he knows without his friends he will not be where he is. He fires a CS and the CS will go behind his back na atatoboa siri the way Alfred Keter is doing right now. So that is what is happening right now, and he's saying he's going to have a reshuffle. So what I'll tell you guys, the war is not lost. We've won. At least at this point I'm happy, because we've been crying about the IEBC, he said on Tuesday. We've been crying about illegal offices. He has said he has disbanded all of them. We've been crying here. We cried about the finance bill, which was dropped. We are now crying about corruption and opulence, which he has banned leaders from going to Harambes. That is a win for us.
6.
Ngoja kidogo. Koino. Niko na swali kwa 6. Unajua 6.
Yes,
6.
yes,
You've started sounding like me when I voted for Ruto. And you've crucified me so much on this platform for voting for Ruto. Why are you sounding like me in 2019, 2020, 2022, 2021, 2023.
Wanyama,
You are
before pia
sounding
mimi,
like me.
before
I'll
niambie,
answer you. Let me answer Wanyama first. Koino. Wanyama, I'll tell you one thing, and I'll say this on this space. I hate Ruto with passion. Even if Ruto was here and here, those people almost burned my dad's house down because that my dad was vying with a PNU ticket back in 2007. I hate Ruto with passion. I'll tell you that for free. Hata akwe ni yeye ako hapa, I cannot vote for him. While I'm just talking, I don't want more lives to be lost because we are going on the streets to fight. I want us now to fight this war strategically. And I said it on an earlier on space. Ruto beat us with strategy. Don't you think he's stupid when he comes to put a presser at 1 p.m. before he goes to the spaces? He's not stupid. He knows what he's doing. I'm putting this presser. I'm going to convince parents who are there, who are watching TV during the day. It's our old men kwa kijiji huko wamesikia Ruto hako. They are seated down. We are at work. Then he comes on a space at 2 p.m. when people are at work, so that he does not get the whole crowd that he wanted. That was a planned space. Who was his co-host? Osama was the host. Muhammad Ali was the co-host. It's strategy-wise. And if we go on this war without a strategy, we will not win. If we go na kifua, tutapigwa marisasi, tutapigwa ubongo zetu zitatoka. We will come back here to say, we are praying for the fallen heroes. Again, to go out and get more fallen heroes. That is not what we want. We want to paralyze this man by his feet so that when we go next, we are going to strike with strategy. That is what we should be working on. The IBC is going to be constituted. If he stands by his word on Tuesday, then we will start by that. When it has been constituted and it has been formed, we go for his members of parliament. Recall each and every one of them till the last one who voted yes. That is what we should be planning out right here. But if we say that we go out to fight, I'm very sorry, we will be beaten down. Today, when I was coming to work, I was not able to pass via State House Road. Why? That is a road we use every day, Dennis Prit, when coming to work. Dennis Prit imefungwa, iko na barricades 5, hawezi pita. Go look Nyerere Road, the processional way, imefungwa, hawezi pita. Even passing through Nairobi University, Chiromo hapo wa MCA, ni ngumu because kumefungwa. Soldiers wamekaa mpaka hapa hill kwa barabara huko. Let us think with strategy, not think with emotions na hasira. Mimi siwezi votia Ruto, I cannot side with Ruto, and I don't love Ruto. Thank you.
Thank you, Six. One man named Raymond Reddington alisema the only way to stay ahead in this game is to have a strategy and never reveal your true intentions. I think hapo ndio tunafaa tuende sahi. Because mahali tunaelekea if we reveal our intentions na kuanza kushare strategy yetu kila saa, this man will always stay ahead of the game and we'll never beat him. Hiyo na lazima tukae tukijua. Leo aliwabeat tu kwa game yetu. Alijua alitaka watu wakuje space, akakuja kwanza akaanza kukondole na wale wenye walikufa because alijua hiyo ndio kitu mnataka. Advisors wakampea kila kitu na akafanya kila kitu, everything you people wanted to hear. Yeye alikuwa ameshakuja kusema hizo offices zenye unasema Six alisema amedisband. Hakudisband, aliwaambia tu in other words in a layman's language that these ghost workers nitawatoa kwa hizi offices zenye ziko unconstitutional but I will take them to constitutional offices. Ulisikia akisema watashiftiwa to other places. That is literally what he said. He said we'll take them and put them elsewhere waende wafanye kazi huko. So this man is very smart. We are dealing with a very 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 smart politician. Very smart politician. Huyu ni Frank Underwood mwingine. But anyway,
before Nini, I want to drop just right of reply because Six addressed me.
Okay.
Six nataka tu nikwambie kitu moja. tuliuziwa sisi generation yetu, generation X, nishawaelezea before, generation X, sisi tuliuziwa uoga. Au wazee unasema wazee ambao walikuwa wako nyumbani walisikiza Ruto. I turned on Ruto speech at 1 o'clock, akachelewa mpaka 1:40 ndio akaanza kuongea, alafu akachelewesha Kowino, nobody here wants a Kenyan to die. When you hear me saying if I die soldier on, it's not because I'm happy to die. The job of the Inspector General of Police is to maintain peace. When you're out marching, the reason why I turned, by the way, the Gen Z mulinipindua, I was just watching because I wasn't sure if you guys have the staying power. The reason why we turned is when they started killing you. Many of us are here, and for the sake of the 11,500 people who have joined this space, the reason why we are with you and we are behind you and we are backing you is because Ruto has killed you. He has killed our children. We are in pain, and he is going to have to face the music. The IG of police should be sacked for violating your rights to picket peacefully. You are having banners saying we are peaceful. What is the problem with going outside parliament and saying we are peaceful? Even bringing down the fences or eating pilau. That is not a reason to shoot a child who's trying to demand and at the end of the day alikubaliana na reject finance bill. So that is one point. Kwa hivyo usiuziwe uoga kwa wino. Hana, I wish you were still here. I mean six jana ulitisha KFC. I hope ilitumwa. It is okay. We know it is tiring. They will get to your head. They will try and screw you up and make you feel like you have no choice but to talk to them. But that is not correct. Okay, stick to the. By the way, the reason why Ruto is even giving all these concessions is because these spaces are still going. He wants these spaces to die. He wants to be given an opportunity to reconstitute an IEBC. Tusimpatie hiyo chance hata kidogo. That is just the way it works. That is the way you bring him down. And yes, by the way, you can win a war by going for the generals. Because, by the way, all the lieutenants, hawatuwezi. You guys are too powerful. This movement is too powerful. We are taking back our country. It has been long overdue. By the way, it's not going to be easy. Don't think it will be easy, Kowino. And if you feel you're running out, don't worry. We are going to be there for you. By the way, hapa tutakuchangia pesa. I wish hata namba yako ningekuwa imewekwa pale juu uone pesa zikiingia saa hii 6 uone kwanza tukikupunguzia shida zako, but do not relent. Guys, we are not relenting. We are moving on and we are going to win this war. Thank you. That is my right of reply.
Pia mimi nitumie pesa. Pia mimi nitumie pesa. Mwache jokes.
Koino.
Wazito. I think let's have some camaraderie. I think despite the war, we can do this in a very good manner, so that we don't end up fighting instead of staying together. So 6 is going to have the right of reply, but guys, respect the time as well. There's a lot of requests that are coming in. We need to hear from everyone. For anyone joining us right now, this is an open mic session hosted by Afrocentric, as always, every day, co-hosted by me, your favorite co-host as well, and Kowino today. Remember to follow those handles. We keep the conversations growing because it's only through this that we're able to at least pass the information, cry together, offer our opinions as well. Hapa, divergent opinions are there, but we encourage that we just respect each other. Right of reply will be there, but musichoke ku accommodate each other. Keep it on time. 6, it's your time. I'm going to unmute you guys.
6, you have 2 minutes right of reply because we have a lot of people. Tafadhali, if you want to talk, raise up your hands, ndio unatupatia kazi rahisi.
So first of all, I'll tell Chege, mi sina shida ya pesa. I have money. Secondly, I'll say this, guys, and I'm saying it clearly. I've been working as a strategy guy for almost a year or so, and that is what I do. And I like analyzing the president's speeches, what he says, what other people saying, how people think. And if you go by how we are fighting this war right now, we are not fighting it on the right track. I'm not saying we give up. I'm just saying going to the street is not it anymore. Why? if people are willing to hire goons to come and infiltrate peaceful protests so that they can shoot down innocent protesters. On Tuesday, Ayo, and Casmuel here, we were at Java Clyde, Apo Kimati Street. And whatever we saw there was so bad. Somebody was shot right in front of me. I haven't missed any single day of the protests since they started. There's a time I sat in town from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. Avenida ikituchezea reggae pale usiku kudade. So what I'm just trying to say is that let's fight in a more strategical manner. You cannot fight a war that you are losing. He has power. He has the whole army behind him. Why? He chose somebody from his side to head the army. And you are expecting right now they are going to go against him. No. The army hata ukiambiwa siji mood imeton. No. Those people, they take orders. And those orders say RUTO has the whole army behind him. So kindly guys, I just want to be clear. Let's be strategic as we move forward and make sure we do everything that's right. Thank you.
Thank you, Six. Next we had Miss Gichuki. You have 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. For me, I'm a Gen Z. I've been in the social justice space, and also I support the reconstruction of the IBC. As the previous speaker has stated, I was in the street and things are not good. We don't want to continue dying, and yet we have the opportunity now to put pressure in the right thing. Example, the reconstitution of the IBC. This way we'll be able to recall members of parliament who went against the will of the people. Hata kama si wote, there are those who will serve as an example. Another thing, continuous voters registration. We still don't want to get to a point where come 2027, people are not registered as voters, and we don't want to lose life. So yes, as much as we really want to push and keep pressing on, for me and other young people I work with, and we have been deliberate, we have been pushing for the reconstruction of the IBC, continuous voter registration, pushing and now starting to demand for justice. The people who were killed, the police, we have evidence of the policemen who killed these people. Then after that, when they saw we were taking a record, now they started coming covered when they were covered up. So now it's for us to put pressure. But then again, IPOA, it's a government, it's supposed to call out, it's supposed to hold the policemen accountable, but it's not doing that. We have seen the president and the cabinet secretary continuously tell us that the police did what they could do to stop criminals. Already they're criminalizing us. Yes, I don't support what's happening in the country, but as this previous speaker had said, I think it's time to re-strategize. The streets are no longer safe for young people. They are not safe for anyone. So how else can we put pressure? One, IBC ikiwa reconstructed, August ikifika, we'll have those, tutakuwa tumecollect enough signature to call on these people to go back home. Another thing, we can start putting pressure on specific CSs to be wafu, to example, the one for health. Currently, I don't think she's doing anything. For her, ni kuongea tu anaongea. Another thing, we can put pressure on the government to drop the new medical cover, SHIF. The NHIF was working, because the minute that changes, the accountability, we saw the Auditor General report stating that a lot of money was stolen. So the minute we move into this new one, the chaos that's there. As today, the president alikuwa anasema that, okay.
Malizia, 30 seconds.
Today the president alikuwa anasema that Linda Mama was consolidated in the new health insurance, which is not true, because ukiangalia ile pesa mtu anatumia kupata mtoto, it has been reduced, it has been capped in such a way that even if you go to a public hospital, you'll have to add more money even if you're in the new one. So me, I'm feeling these are the places we should put pressure. Thank you.
Thank you Ms. Gichuki. Thank you. Asante kwa kutokea maandamano. Jamaa, no giving up, no giving up. The struggle continues. The struggle continues. Mnafikiria independence ilipatikana na Maumau ku give up? They never gave up. Wenye waliuliwa, but the others soldiered on. So tukiendelea, please follow the hosts, follow the co-hosts, tweet this space as much as you can, create awareness, follow each other, follow kila mtu, follow the speakers, follow the listeners. Mkifollow each other, that is how we manage to create awareness on this platform. Hiyo ndio maana wanatuogopa. So tafadhali make sure you follow each and everyone, ndio tuendelee. Tukiendelea, tweet the space as well so that we get more people to understand that this war is not over. Actually ndio tunaanza. The war has just begun. Aha, next I have Mwaura, then Sia, then Caswell, then Mary Liz, in that order. Please, Mwaura, 3 minutes starts now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, mimi ni Generation X. Kwa hivyo siko huko kwa Gen Z, but I'm very, very proud of what you are doing. And let me start by saying this. Ruto anachukua watu wajinga sana. Why do I say that? If there is any human being in Kenya right now or from independence who gets information that me and you, we don't have of what is happening in every corner of the country, is none other than the head of state. Every morning, NIS informs him, this is a problem, this is what people are saying, and ABCD. So, him telling Jay-Z to come on Twitter ndio waambie shida yao, naona hapo anabeba watu ufara sana. So, but that one aside, again, he said that it was some gangsters who snatched a rifle or a firearm from a police officer and used it. Hiyo nisikia uchungu sana. Do you know what it means to snatch a firearm from a police officer? Atakubali vipi? Itakuwa ni vita hiyo, na polisi watamwagwa hapo, utaona watu watamiminwa kama zige. That's number one. So Ruto again was trying to tell some kind of lies. So me, I would like you to continue. And there's a reason as to why I'm more than happy to see what is happening in Kenya. As I've said, I'm Generation X. Those people of us who are outside the country, we are looking at what is happening because there are some of us who are investors outside the country, and we would like to come back home and invest there and give these young people employment and such and such. But with the hostile investment climate that is in Kenya now, you cannot bring your dollars in, definitely in Kenya right now. There is nothing, no incentive that can force or tell an investor or encourage an investor to come and keep his or her money there at home. So I thought that, and in order to address what is happening in Kenya, one of the key things that has made the GC to be on the street is lack of employment and corruption. If Ruto can stop corruption and create a conducive environment for employment, whereby investors will come, he reduce the cost of doing business in Kenya. He offer incentives like Rwanda. Rwanda even gives you a tax holiday for 5 or 7 years. Likewise, in our neighboring Ethiopia, Ethiopia has now overtaken Kenya. Last year, Ethiopia attracted over $3 billion US in foreign direct investment. It has overtaken Kenya. Why? Because despite the problem that are in Ethiopia right now, but they offer a lot of incentive. You can get 5-year holiday, tax holiday in the for what the kind of money you put. If you put more, let's say 50 or 100 million US dollar or 200, you can get, let's say 7 years, even up to 10 years in tax holiday. And you know, with these tax holidays, the workers who work there, they pay PSUN and everything. It's only the corporate tax that you don't pay. So thank you, Gen Z. Continue, keep the fight. Tutapambana na tunawaangalia. Tunataka turudi nyumbani tufanye kitu ndio pia nyinyi msaidike. Asante sana. Keep the fight.
Thank you. Venye Mwaura amesema ni tutapambana. Venye bwana mapambano used to say. Sia.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
So yes, mnanisikia?
Yes, nakusikia. Your time starts now.
Okay. So you guys can say that we can't okay, it's true we can't fight a losing battle. But hamwezi sema to stay in the streets honestly, cause the people who are killed in Rongai and the people who are killed in Githurai, they were not in the streets. Hawakuwa kwa streets, walipatwa kwao. And do you know what Ruto said today kwa hiyo space yake? aliulizwa about the boy who was a 12-year-old boy who was killed, and he said that that boy was not killed by a police officer. He was killed by a criminal who snatched a gun from a police officer. Like, does that even make sense? Does that? It does not. And we cannot keep on holding spaces every time you are hosting spaces talking about the same thing, and you cannot tell us to keep on strategizing, because we are the same people wenye tunalipwa. We come here, we talk, but wakikudm, even if they call you, you accept. We are the same people who are accepting their money. Sisi ndio tunaenda kwa streets na ni sisi bado tunalipwa. You guys are feeling are listening to what I'm saying. So even if we are supposed to come up with something, you guys should think of what we're coming up with, because we are the same people. And yes, money is good, but don't you guys think when you're collecting that money, don't you guys think about the lives that the people lost? And I will say this to this Kasutis guy. Nobody was abducted, and he can say that isipokuwa ni guilt yake inaweza mkula. He can say
I
that
want to offer you.
he was not abducted by anyone. They're just chasing clouds, and those who are abducted, akina Osama Otero, they have been paid. You guys understand? So like, you cannot be chasing clouds by saying that you are abducted or whatever. Like, and you guys need to respect each other. I watched that video of this Kasuti guy addressing those people who are the woman who was what are they called? Like, I'm really angry at how he was really rude. Like, why? And he was actually he was God, nimesahau. He was being recorded and he was rude, and then anamuuliza utafanya nini? Like, what was that for? Even if you are on the street, you really need to respect. Lazima tuheshimiane. Like, we need to respect each other. And if you guys really want Ruto to go, you will not accept the offers that he's giving you, because either way, you don't make any deal with the devil. You cannot make a deal with the devil and then we expect you go scot-free. You don't. The devil will always come for whatever belongs to him. You guys should know that. And that is bloody money. That is blood money. And you guys can have a nice time. I think my time is up. Bye.
Thank you,
Hey,
thank you, thank you,
Owino.
Sia. Yes.
Owino, mimi ni mara ya kwanza kusikia Sia anaongea kwa space. Yaani, you know it is bad mkiona.
Ngoja, sikukuwa najua ni that one Sia. Bwana serikali imebadilisha kila mtu freedom fighter bana.
It is bad when you see Sia on space. Anyway, keep it
Hey.
going.
Hey, nimeona pia hapa inapo huko chini sijui next we had Casmuel then Mary Liz. Casmuel, they have said you don't swallow English too much when you're addressing them.
Good afternoon, fellow Kenyans. I think it is very important that we do not forget the reason why we are doing this. And consistently we have said one life is a life too many for the sake of a piece of paper that just demanded a signature. So while it is very easy for us to be scattered 7 different ways, we also have to remember that the government has the military, it has money, and it has brains that it could buy. It is very important for us to strategize
Can I
along
go?
ideas. There are things which we might get wrong. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry.
loud and clear, loud and clear.
Okay. There are things which we might get wrong along the way. There is ways which
Is
because
Casmuel speaking or can I speak?
I am.
Mary Liz, please. Just wait for your turn. You'll be called out when it's your time to speak. Kasmal, go ahead. Kasmal, unmute yourself. And then
sorry. I was saying that we need to remember that the state's sole agenda is to divide us and to remain in power. That is why we might be scattered along several things, but it is important for us to consistently come and press for good governance. Whatever it is that we're doing is not comfortable. There is no benefit we are getting if IEBC is reconstituted, because it is hard for us to even raise the money and those kinds of things. But I need to remind us that we could even get a presidency without touching any of the bases. Because remember, President Ruto became president with 7.1, Raila lost with 6.9. But the youth who are eligible for voting, there's a voter block of 8 million people that we still can reach. We still can reach with our smartest minds. We still can reach with our best ideologies. Remember, we have lost over 30 people and over 200 people who have been badly injured and wounded. There's a person who's never gonna walk again because we are in the streets. And remember, as young people, we are not trained soldiers. None of us here, I don't know, personally, I've never been trained that this is what you do when you hear gunshots around. It's very hard when tensions are high, mistakes are bound to happen. But I think our common enemy is bad governance and graft. These are people who have the blood of our brothers and sisters in their hands. Rex has been buried today. There's people who I met here on Rex Kanyike Avenue, a brother which we will never see again because he put his life on the line. So while yes, Twitter banter is nice and it feels like it's the thing that fuels us, let us not be lost as that generation that only says fuck, that only says dinywa and whatever. We also need to come very clearly to articulate the issues we want to articulate.
Kasimwel, hebu ngoja. Angalia, somebody is being buried today. Now, the person that was, I've put a tweet here, Apa Drew. Please, guys, give your thoughts about that. The person who was saying, our brother, my brother, this, that, the other, do not bring that Jama up. I don't know, somebody's calling him president. Let me see your president, Yangu, and I'll say it. I don't care whoever's calling him president. And then today, of all the days that comrade is being buried, you host the same devil that put him on the ground. Go on, man.
I understand how painful that is, and it's enraging that even amidst all this, the government is still doing that thing for nimesema, tutatenda, reconstitute. This is my vow to you. We've not found ways the government is going to compensate the families. They have not been given state burials. You tell me it's unconstitutional, but so is this current government. That's why I'm telling you, regardless of what it is that you feel, there will be fatigue, there will be mistakes, there are things we might get wrong, but remember, we are the first of our generation to do this. There's no blueprint we have that we are going to follow. So please, if at all, I know it might be fatiguing and you might look around and say, oh, the other space has more people. Remember that it is still very possible, because if anyone has been on the ground, if you've seen the atrocities, if you've seen somebody being shot, man, there's nothing beautiful about it. There's nothing safe about wanting to go and see that again. That's why we have to occupy everywhere. We have to articulate our ideas clearly so that when people come, they won't just laugh at us as they've been saying, oh, we told you this leaderless thing was a farce. It's a thing which has helped us to be accountable. We are now burdening we're burdening Hanifa to handle millions of things which the state should have been doing. We are burdening medics for Kenya to organize the biggest hospital on a volunteer basis, which the state should have been doing. If only these people were not as stone deaf. Let us not, as our citizenry, while yes, we might hate and might do whatever, let us not, this is not the time to be divided, because for sure, all these dissenting voices will be found. And the state is the biggest propaganda machine. We have to find ways of outsmarting them at their game, but we cannot relent. You cannot give up for the sake of the people we've lost. Think about the mothers you've seen crying. Thank you. That's been my time. I hear the thing is going.
Finish up.
But please, do not give up the fight. We have come so far, and we didn't come this far just to come this far. Let us not be the regrettable movement of the 90s, the Ford Kenyas, which gave us no one. Let us keep pushing because we've seen it works. But also, let us do this to honor the lives we have lost. Let us remember the people who will never walk again, the people who will never talk again the same way because of this fight. Do not give up. I know how difficult it is, but do not, for the sake of God, do not give up.
Well, Kasmuel, kabla hujaendelea, Kowino, give me a minute with Kasmuel. Kasmuel, are you here? Are you? I want to confirm, first of all, ka uko na mic yako.
Okay, go for it, yes.
In the spirit of us being truthful, because we cannot forge forward without it happening.
Right.
You've heard allegations on your name, and I want us to clear on this space before you go.
Yes.
Because I don't want to
Yes.
be in spaces or co-hosting spaces where there's still lies going on.
Right.
You know the allegations on your name. Did the abduction happen or not happen? Because for me, I decided every trip I am meeting, these are the questions. And I have 2 or 3 questions before we drop you.
Right.
So, in straight, bila story mingi.
Tuesday night, I was